Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to yet another blind tasting with me, Peter the Master of Hoppets, today being challenged by...
Me, Mr. Just Michael.
Yes.
Yes.
And this almost always happens when we do get to taste beers together these days. We do blind tastings. But I don't have one for you.
Nope, that's fine.
But I will have one for you on the 29th, I think. I'll do one on maybe all of you guys.
Yeah.
Mega.
Looking forward to it.
So, yeah, we got a beer here in the glass. We're going to guess, and it is red, ruby red with a very, very pink hued head. It looks like some kind of fruit beer. So, let's see how it smells. Oh, that smells really nice. Deep cherry. This is Stevensbed cherries. I'm almost certain of it. Or Schabixe cherries. It has this deep, dark cherry almondy thing. And a sharp sourness to it, I think. It's making my saliva run a little bit.
Smells good. I'm just going to shut up and listen.
Vanilla, almost a whiff of cinnamon. I'm almost positive this is Stevensberries. It's either Stevensbed cherries, the Danish dark Morello cherry, or it's Schabixe. Because you don't get this amount of depth from regular cherries, sour cherries that you use in lambic and stuff. A bit of maybe oak or something. There's some dryness about it. Not super funky or anything. It's really forward on fruit. It smells good. Let's try it. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's really good.
That is
wow. 100% Stevensbed cherries. I'm certain.
You're going to wait and see.
Yeah. It's just the depth. I think the depth of Stevensbed cherries is quite unique. I think they're somewhat similar to Schabixe, but I think Schabixe is a little bit less full in flavor and a bit more sharp. Maybe it's something with sugar content. But I was told actually by Aaron, who used to run Inside Cellars, which is now unfortunately defunct. I didn't know if you know that, but they went bankrupt, unfortunately. Also Copenhagen Commons. But he told me that you can make amazing fresh beers with the Danish cherries. But if you want to try and make old stuff, make it age, they do not age nearly as well as the Schabixe. And he's not sure why. He thinks maybe sugar content could be the thing. But I don't know. This just reminds me of Morello cherries, these Danish ones.
It's really good.
It's really fucking great. It's got some dry woodiness. It's not super funky.
Yeah, dry woodiness, and then it's just...
Almost cinnamon, almost like it's bourbon or something.
It's so balanced.
Yeah.
It's really, the sourness is...
It's got some sweetness that balances the sourness.
It does.
It's not like aggressively sour. It feels like either a young fruit lambic where the lambic hasn't gotten to shine yet, or it feels like a wild ale with cherries, in my mind. So it has a lot of that intense, rich, decadent cherry flavor. There's almost like a bit of like rich red wine quality to it as well, like a Cabernet or something, because there's also some spice. It has like the potent tannins as well, like red wines. And then like a real bone dry oaky finish. There is vanilla notes. There is a little bit of that festive spice. There's almond. I fucking love these kind of fruit
It
sours.
is fucking good, this one.
This is great.
Yeah. I have to say, I agree.
Yeah, it's just so much depth. There is a little bit of a quirky old woody thing, which could be maybe part of a funk profile. And the sourness is quite balanced. It's definitely sour, but there is a fattiness about it that's kind of balancing it. And not necessarily sweetness, but a fattiness. Nice and dry. I think it could open up with more funk as it warms up. But this is fucking awesome. I love this.
Me too.
I really, really love this. I think the last time I had a beer with cherries that was on this level must have been drinking some of the Jester King Moderne Dansk varieties.
I had that with you. That was awesome.
I think that might have been a bit more complex.
Wasn't that when you got the kids? The twins?
Maybe.
We sat outside.
And we had Moderne Dansk and bourbon, Balcones bourbon. Where
we had Stinkada.
Ah, right.
But I remember we sat the same place when we had the Moderne Dansk. That was fucking
But that was the bourbon version, which was one of the best versions I think I've had of that beer. That was just fucking insane.
That was insane.
Because that's like an American wild ale with those Danish cherries, and I think it's like one of the best cherry beers in the world. It's from Jester King. But it's taking me back to something like that, maybe not exactly as good. And then also like drinking some of Mikkela's spontan beers with these cherries. They did some spontan Frederiksdal that was the best of all the spontan beers. Yeah. And then they
had that extremely cheap at some point.
Yeah. And they did the Ule Kirsebær with Brewed as well, which it kind of also reminds me of something along those lines. But I'm just trying to think here. I don't think I can hit the exact beer.
No.
But I'm almost positive that this is either Stevnsberries or Schabixe. And I'm leaning towards Stevnsberry just because it feels a bit more fatty and not as funky. I feel like often with Schabixe it's a bit more lean and the funkiness rides a bit more on the palate.
I agree.
So that's going to be my guess. It's a wild ale stroke lambic, around 6%. Could even be 8 because it's so fatty. And then I'm 95, I think.
I agree. I'm up there.
This.
I'm up there too. This is really, really good.
But yeah, that's the guess. And if I had to guess a beer, I would say either one of these Mikkeler ones. Either the Boone collab, where it's actual lambic with the cherries, or one of the Stevnsberg Spontans. Yeah. It reminds me of those. It's I think it's world class, but it's not completely up on the level of something like the Moderne Dansken either.
It isn't, but it's up there. I agree. 95, 96 for me. It's over.
Either I think those win because they have the extra complexity of batch 1, which was Frederiksdal barrels, or the Balcones bourbon, where you got that extra complexity of bourbon barrel aging.
Yeah.
So they win a bit on that parameter. Yeah. But I think I gave the normal one like a 96 or something 7, so close to this as well.
So you can look.
Oh shit! It was inside Cellars. Kriek Kanel.
Yeah.
And this is 100% Stevnsberg cherry, right?
Is.
Yes.
It is.
Okay, you can taste it. And I did say cinnamon.
This beer is not untapped.
Oh.
And it's made for some special occasion, but never went on untapped. I don't know why. But yeah.
And well, how did you get it then?
I actually got it at the, what is it called? Save the Beer, that shop with where you can buy. What is it called?
A Good Case.
Yeah.
Maybe it's from the Konkursbo.
I don't know.
So maybe this is something that was supposed to be released that's not been released yet. What the hell? It's this is something you want to get for Christmas.
There was actually another one, also not on untapped. There were 4 or 5 different.
And I mentioned them in the video.
Yeah.
But actually, I was also thinking of Inside Cellars. But then I don't know. My mind was just getting stuck with the Mikkeler stuff because I was sure, because I know the Boone has been on sale in many places. I'm thinking. Yeah. Michael likes to price hunt. So, but okay. Makes sense because Aaron is really good at wrangling these cherries. I like how I guessed on the ABV, I said 6 to 8, 7.6.
It's spot on.
I kind of nailed this one, but not the producer.
You actually also mentioned the cinnamon.
Yeah, in the beginning, there's a vanilla, kind of a cinnamon edge.
It's not prominent. It's just soft. Underlying, really
This
soft.
is fucking great.
It is a fucking great beer.
I think the cinnamon will come forward more as it warms up as well. Awesome, man. Really cool that you shared this because, never heard of that.
Yep.
And cinnamon in a cherry beer, especially with these kind of cherries, it's a great idea.
Yeah, it works well together.
Almost
to say.
A little bit of a cherry pie filling vibe to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. And
so, thanks for guessing, and you were spot on as usual, I should say, but it's impressive nonetheless. So yeah.
Yeah, and this was also easier to guess than if you brought me like an export lager.
Yeah, of course.
But really, really good stuff. Fun to do these. So yeah, if you guys had a chance to try the Kriek Kanel Cinnamon Kriek from Inside Cellars, that we already thought of it. Thanks a ton to just Michael for the challenge. And as always, leave a comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notification about videos. And I'm going to say cheers, and we're going to say cheers. And see you guys in another beer review.
Yeah.